Under optimal catching conditions, in Legend ZA, the most difficult capture in the entire game is Diancie in a Heavy Ball. You could probably make things harder by chucking Beast Balls at a full health Pokemon at rank Z with no Canary plushes, but to get Diancie in a Heavy Ball, even if you're doing everything to maximize your chances, your best shot is a 0.04% chance per Heavy Ball. So I'm going to explain why the Heavy Ball is built different, making it even harder to catch than the ball that's intentionally designed to make captures more difficult, and why Diancie's so special compared to every other legendary and mythical in the game, even those introduced in the DLC. Now I'm not going to explain the entire capture formula here, you should read Anubis' write-up in the description on that, or check the capture calculator Demvaros made to see how this works yourself, and calculate your chance of catching anything under any circumstance in this game. The most important thing to take away is that Pokeballs normally work with some kind of multiplier in the catch formula, with regular Pokeballs being ×1 and the Beast Ball being ×0.1. But the Heavy Ball, this little freak, is weird. Its multiplier is technically ×1, but it also takes the Pokemon species' individual catch rate and adds or subtracts to it depending on how heavy the Pokemon is, making it so any light Pokemon with a catch rate less than 20 effectively has a catch rate of 0. Which gets rounded up to a catch rate of 1, unless you're playing the original Sun and Moon, where Beldum and the Tapus were literally impossible to catch because of this. This was immediately fixed in the Ultra games later. Now historically, the lowest catch rate for a Pokemon has been 3, making the Beast Ball still a harder capture than the Heavy Ball, with its ×0.1 multiplier. But in Legend ZA, they changed the catch rates of several species of Pokemon, including our Princess Diancie here, making the lowest naturally occurring catch rate a catch rate of 20. And even more strangely, the lowest catch rate of any of the DLC legendaries or mythicals is 45, not this 20. So the only 3 Pokemon with a catch rate of 20 that are affected negatively by this Heavy Ball are Kleavor, Beldum, and Diancie. So with a catch rate of 20, you'd think things would be better. But with the Heavy Ball, 20 minus 20, still 0. And for our Beast Ball here, 20 times 0.1 is 2. So for Diancie and Beldum specifically in ZA, the Heavy Ball is harder than the Beast Ball. There are 2 reasons why Beldum and Kleavor don't share this most difficult capture title with Diancie though. In the DLC, they can be found in Distortions, where we can use the catching power from Donuts to make catching them in a Heavy Ball very easy. And even before the DLC existed, Beldum could also be shiny. Diancie can't. For the first time in the series, shinies are 3 times easier to catch than a regular Pokemon. Beldum and Kleavor can also be caught unaware with a backstrike, but Diancie doesn't get such luxuries, since it's a scripted encounter. And that is why Diancie in a Heavy Ball is the hardest capture in the game. But why would I put myself through that? I actually don't like going for rare things just for the sake of them being rare. There's not an actual story to be told, there's nothing to inspire people. There's no love for Pokemon itself in that. The reason why I decided to do this Heavy Ball capture is that Diancie is my favorite 3DS era mythical. In an era where most mythicals felt more like something you just pick up from a Pokemon Center than an actual part of the region's mythos itself, Diancie was different. With Diancie's ties to the Anastar Sundial, a regular Pokemon Carbink that it's supposedly a mutation of that makes me hopeful I'll catch one every time I see a Carbink, it being the first and only Gen 6 Pokemon to Mega Evolve before ZA, and having some form of heavy implication to be linked to the Mega Crystals created by the Tower's Mega Energy, and the creation of Mega Stones itself, Diancie is so important. It's a Pokemon that always fills me with wonder, and that's what Mythicals are supposed to do. And on February 14th, 2014, which was Valentine's Day, but who cares about that? Oh, sorry, Pikachu. Okay, some people care about that. I was filled with a lot of wonder when they revealed Diancie for the first time and made a major mistake on the Pokemon website that I still have never stopped thinking about. The Internet Archive's oldest version of the page doesn't even show the mistake, but there's enough proof in old tweets that for just a couple hours, the Pokédex page screenshot on the site displayed shiny Diancie instead of regular Diancie. And for years, I wondered when I would get my opportunity to get a shiny one. Over a year later, Japan got one in person at Pokemon Centers, and South Korea got one at an All-Star Battle event in 2016. And for the first time in 9 years, it'll be available again in Go Tour Kalos next year, but that just doesn't hit the same to me as trying to actually shiny hunt one. And even though the Diancie capture in Legend ZA is shiny locked, it's the first real capture of this thing we've ever had. And this weird Heavy Ball quirk is the perfect shiny hunting substitute. Here's my hunt for this Diancie capture. Our journey starts November 6th, the day that the quest became available over Mystery Gift. Diancie! Now available? I can just get Diancie today? Alright, Mystery Gift. Get via internet. Shine bright like a gemstone. Right after receiving the Mega Stone, I realized what my mission was, and started the actual story mission for it. Wait, the quest is not from Emma, it's from Mimi? Sedna? Wait, that's one of the members of the gang! Aris and Nyx, that's the old Lumiose gang! Look her! So many crystals on this roof. Oh, is Diancie behind all the mega crystals? I feel like it's gotta be, right? There it is! On my first attempt, I was ill-prepared and had no idea what I was doing, not realizing that this would also involve 2 Carbink that I would have to deal with as well, and only having 1 heavy ball to my name, which certainly didn't make things any easier. At first, I thought my best chance of catching it was knocking it out and trying to throw the heavy ball during the capture window, but it turns out that the only time that this is actually better than having the Pokemon at low HP and with the drowsy status is when it's an alpha. So for the best chance at capture, I needed to find a way to consistently get it drowsy and at low HP without knocking it out. I found at first that my Mega Phalanx's Iron Head was perfect for this. And because of all the crystals on this rooftop, Phalanx behaves in a really funny way. One of them was midair, what the heck? Whoa. I guess we do an air Phalanx now. I also got a Watchog for this, since it has Hypnosis and Super Fang, since False Swipe didn't exist in the game yet at the time. I was busy with other projects and didn't spend much time on this though until November 26, when I went home to go visit my family for Thanksgiving. I survived some vicious animal attacks and remembered I had a code for some free heavy balls from pre-ordering the DLC. Then on actual Thanksgiving, I went on a little road trip to the highest peak in Louisiana, Mount Driscoll, located in the fabled Bienville Parish, the place with the greatest flag of all time. And we hiked up a grueling trail, scaling tremendous cliffs to reach the highest point in Louisiana, where I had to get in a Diancie capture attempt. Thanksgiving Day, thankful for this view, thankful for Bienville Parish. 1, 2, 3, nope. All right, another attempt. 1, 2, 3, nope. I'm just grateful I'm in Bienville Parish right now.
Look at that turkey trot.
Who up trotting a turkey right now?
I'm trotting my turkey. We're on Mount Driscoll. You're not. This ain't no turkey. Thanksgiving. What's up, y'all? I'm your weatherman. I'm giving some Diamond Storm updates right now. Forecast yesterday, I thought I got a backstrike on Diancie, but it was actually a Carbink using Dazzling Gleam. I got this weird star thing that happened when I KO'd them, where they were kind of glitched out when they were dizzy. I had a run through where the Carbinks never aggroed me. They just sat there and did nothing. I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm like 600 something deep right now. Keep going. I constantly wondered where I'd be or what I'd be doing in the moment that Diancie decided to finally stay in the heavy ball. I even gave it an exclusive tour showing it cool stuff like the 2011 dog calendar that's still up on the wall. I also gave my Watchog a new nickname to show how dire the situation was. Saturday now, still no Diancie capture, but I found a cool treasure. Like, this is a little diamond in the rough. Like, look, it's a Game Boy video box. This was Blaziken's introduction to Pokemon. Now let's introduce Diancie to this heavy ball and have it capture. Get in the ball. Not even a late night pumpkin pie was enough, and before I knew it, I was driving back, trying to entice the Diancie with Kirby-themed sushi.
Oh no, this has jalapeno on it.
Or some kind of special drink.
Okay, we are live from Lumiose City Cafe.
I'm live from Lumiose City Cafe, the only cafe in all of Lumiose City right now. I have got the Prism Tower Punch. You drink it with straw. It's just as good as the Prism Tower. I love the Prism Tower. I would hate it if the Prism Tower went away. But on December 2nd, I would take a break to capture another legendary, Mewtwo. What's this guy doing in France in the first place? I hope we get a good answer. Let's play. I decided I'd play Project M, the Mewtwo mission, which is either the greatest nod to my favorite stage builder stage in Brawl we're ever gonna get, or something for search engine optimization when everyone types in Project M Mewtwo. Project M! Mabel! Since Mewtwo's not affected by this heavy ball quirk, this is a much easier capture, and took me only 5 minutes. Okay, we got it. We got Mewtwo. Dang, we have Hollow Mabel. Anti-Mabel? Tell me more, Anti-Mabel! Alright, that's Mr. Fuji. They wanted to use Mewtwo in the ultimate weapon. Oh. Wait, so Serena or Calum didn't catch it. Team Flare did. It is the one from X and Y. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm wondering too. Why was it in Kalos? It came seeking the power of Mega Evolution? Project M. Bye! But okay, let's get back to Diancie now. I started doing this on my exercise bike every day, and I started to question if I was doing things as efficiently as I could be, having to Mega Evolve my Phalanx at the beginning of every battle, which took up so much time with the cutscene. So I decided to use this Mega Phalanx instead, just a regular Metagross named Mega Phalanx, who could easily set things up with a heavy slam and a bullet punch. I tried as hard as I could to get this thing before the DLC released, but I wasn't successful. And when the DLC dropped, I finally decided to start doing an official count for the number of heavy balls thrown. Because at this point I was paranoid that while the capture looked like it was theoretically possible, it might not actually be possible in the game. I also decided to start streaming this, and it was very normal. We're playing No and Sus. I'll read that tip, everyone. We're in the district to district. Ah! We're playing Legends H right now. I'm just shorts. Whoa, double Emma butt. Then on December 16th, 2025, when I knew I was certifiably over odds, especially factoring in all the encounters I had done before starting counting, it finally happened. A crystal card? Yes. That's the type of card that I've never owned before. I've never had a crystal card, like a Crystal Nidoking or anything like that. Those are like the super... I caught it! I caught it! I caught it! Did I use the right ball? Yeah! It's possible! Yay! I did it! Can I see that Pokemon you just caught? She just steals it and takes it forever. It's so pretty. This is my first time seeing this dialogue too, by the way. Its glimmer reminds me of the Anastar Sundial. Yes, okay, so hopefully we get more info on the correlation between those two things. The one time of day where like the sun lined up with the Sundial in X and Y where you could get all the Mega Stones. In particular, I'm thinking about 2 people I've met since I parted ways with Looker. Oh, okay. AZ and Sycamore. Sycamore at the Sundial gives us like his whole theory talking about how he thinks that the Mega Stones were Ascended Evolution Stones and that the firing of the ultimate weapon caused them to appear. So this is interesting to be brought up here. Professor spoke with AZ as part of his research into Mega Evolution. Sycamore's theory is that Mega Stones formed 3,000 years ago, when certain stones were irradiable. This is exactly what I was just saying! According to him, that's why we've been finding new types of Mega Stones recently. After all, the ultimate weapon was fired again 5 years ago. So yeah, that basically confirms that the new Megas in this game just actually didn't previously exist. And now Emma can finally go home. She's been stuck on this rooftop for weeks. AZ mentioned something else. He said during his long journey searching for Floa, he saw a phenomenon in Hoenn that may have been the beginning of all Mega Evolution. So it got him always thinking about the bonds between people and Pokemon. So he's either talking about Mega Rayquaza, or talking about, like, the similarities between Mega Evolution and Primal Reversion, even though they're not the same thing. I haven't even thought of a proper name for my Diancie yet, but I'm just glad that I got this done. Especially because there's a mission in the DLC that requires you to have finished this mission first. So make sure you do the Diancie and Mewtwo missions if you want to catch them all. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. She's winking at me. She's mocking me! She's mocking me!